Hey everyone, welcome to a Shadowhunter plugin tutorial. This is the first video I am making and thought it would be a good idea to start with MySQL and MariaDB. All links will be provided in the video's description. With that being said, let's get started. We're going to start off by downloading MariaDB. Again, the links will be in the description. You can go ahead and run MariaDB installation. For the quick and easy setup, you just do next, accept, next, next. Creating a root password cannot be the same as another user password. Keep your system secure. Don't enable root from other machines. Okay, we can now go ahead and open HeidiSQL. You'll see I have previously tested, but this is effectively what yours will look like. Select the MySQL and log in with root. Okay, so here we've got our databases. These are also known as schemas. So this is effectively what you are going to be creating for your plugins. So let's start with creating a user. Now this is the user that you would essentially configure into your plugins. I would like it to be accessible from any other machine. You can limit it by putting in the IP address. I like to access mine from everywhere, so I use the %sign. Password, again, cannot be the same as the root password. And I'll make life easy, I just give global privileges. Close that. Let's test the connection. So I'm going to rename that one to Delta with the password I created for kilodelta. And there we go. So we've got access now with that user. So essentially your plugins will have access to that as well. Create new database. I like using different databases per plugin. It just helps keep everything separate and organized. As well, if there is a plugin that uses a different or the same table, then you don't have a clash on the tables. You also cannot use spaces in your database. This is why I use underscores. If you want to access this database from another machine and you've got the percentage marker, you will need to allow the port number 33006 through your firewall. Perfect. That's about it on MariaDB. Let's move over to MySQL. Okay, now that we've got a clean box, let's go ahead and download MySQL. I have pre-downloaded it so that it is quicker. I am working on a bit of a slow virtual machine. When you download MySQL, do not download 8032. Go to your archive, hit the 8031 and select 8027. It was the last version that was released without SSL. And then you can just hit download on the MSI installer. That's the full package. You do get smaller packages which do not come with Workbench and all of that. I just use this as the installing to get everything that I need. Okay, so once you've downloaded that, you can then just go and run it. Don't hit the update, otherwise it's going to want to update your MySQL to the latest version, and we're trying to avoid that. So you're going to hit custom, say next. MySQL servers, server, next. Applications, Workbench, and just hit next. So I did have a previous install of this. Just hit next and execute. Okay, hit next. Next. Now we're going to want to run it on a server computer if you are going to run it on the same Arc maps, Arc server, which is what most of you guys are going to do. But in general, keep it a server computer. Hit next. Use legacy authentication. Next. And again, you're going to create the user. Please remember the password for the user. Please remember the two passwords for your user. The user of the plugins user and the root user cannot be the same. I'm going to create my plugin user from here. And again, access from all hosts, because, well, I want to access it from my PC. Hit next, next, and execute. The reason why I don't like editing the my.ini file is often your installation procedure then gets stuck if you want to reload it, or it fails to actually start the MySQL instance. This is why I suggest going straight 8.0.27, just to avoid this lockup. And finish, next, and finish. So we have already created our user. That was done while we did the setup and config. So once MySQL opens up, so this is your workbench. You're going to do everything you need to do from here, well, except editing and finding stuff in the database. For that you would use Heidi. Connection name, and password. Test your connection. And say okay. Cool. So in here you can hit schemas and you can just create your databases. Again, I like using separate databases per plugin, simply because it keeps it more organized, and if you do have plugins that use the same tables, it just prevents table clashing. And again, you cannot use spaces, so I use underscores for spaces. So because I had access from this user, you'll now have access from your plugins as well, using that user and password that you created for it. And that is it for the MariaDB and MySQL database setup. Thank you for watching. I will be doing plugin configs as well. Subscribe to get notifications on when the next tutorial is out. And I won't say no to donations. PayPal link is in the description.